Yeah. Oh, hello everyone. How do you do? You're welcome to the Yaks family vlog. Today I'm cooking. You can tell. So what soup do you think this is? Like, let me see how many of you know your soups very well. Like, just leave me a comment. You never can tell. You might bring something so beautiful for me for the new year. So make sure you comment. Let me know what exactly you think this is. So today we're going to be having a mukbang. It means I'm going to be eating and talking, like gisting with you, So today I'm going to be eating, this is corn flour, and then I don't just make my corn flour alone so I had gari, so that's gari. So I add corn flour and gari together to give me a thicker consistency. Okay, so my mukbang topic, the topic I'm going to be sharing with you as I eat is about marriage committee, my experience with the marriage committee. So many churches have marriage committees, different churches that we have around have marriage committee, but the one I'm going to be sharing with you is pertaining to the Deeper Life Bible Church, to which I belong. So what exactly was my experience with them? Of course, I'm married, and I married in the church, so definitely I must have followed the marriage committee very well. So what exactly can I say? Like, how can I, my experience with marriage committee generally, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Because before I got married, I know very well. I've gisted very well with a lot of people, and they told me a lot of things about the marriage committee. And this juice is just for juice's sake. I just picked it up at the shop I went to. It's just a small thing to just quench. It was just to quench my thirst. So I'm gonna be taking it right now. So bless this food, Lord, for Christ's sake. Okay, so I've heard a lot about the marriage committee, so very, very, very much. And today we're going to be yummy and go yummy. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the marriage committee today, and I can assure you that you're going to learn one or two things. So you're welcome to the Yaks family vlog once again. My name is Lizzie Yakubu, Mrs. Yaks, and I'm just delighted to have you. So make sure you stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Okay, so being someone that has attended marriage committee in like 3 states, Ibat, Oyo State, Abuja, Nasarawa State, and then Zaria, I think I'm well able and qualified to actually talk about this experience. So I have heard so many things, so many people talk about marriage committee of our church in a very, negative light. So I had always been looking forward to it, and I had always been like, God, they said, even, why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult? Why is it that they are not, why do people complain about the marriage committee? So I started praying that, no, these people are committees set down to guide me, and that is what they will do for me. They will not go against me. They will guide me. In fact, when I'm about making mistakes, if I go there and I go and start talking mistakes, they will guide me. That was what I was saying. So my first experience came, I attended a private university, so I did not have anything to do with DLCF from university. So it was when I went to serve, I joined the Corpus Fellowship. And then finally, when I went for my master's, so while I was there, I had to face the marriage committee because a brother had already gone to meet the church that, okay, I want to get married to this girl. So, you should know the way it is done now. If you don't know, you have to go and know. Okay, so when I got to the marriage committee, when the process started, for that one in that Zaria, I had a no for the brother. I was sure beyond all reasonable doubts that I am I'm doing the right thing. But when I got there, one of the committee members was like, are you sure? Wants to like, but if you know those that know what they do, they will be strong and they shall do exploit. So I knew my God very well, and I knew what God had spoken to me about. So I told him, and I said, yes, I'm very sure, sir. I'm very, very. But really, are you sure you have prayed? Yeah, yes, I'm very sure. I'm very, very sure. So Maybe that could have caused a problem. I don't know. But God quickly used one of them to say, I could see the joy. I don't know if it was intentional about showing me the joy. I don't know. But it was so interested in me. Quick. So yeah, sign here. Yeah, so we close the case and allow other brothers to come. From that day forward, the man would call me, are you praying? Have you heard from God? Have you... I didn't know this man from Peter. I didn't know anything about him. So, it was like, to me, I thought, that's an answer to prayers. I'm not going to face problem with the marriage committee act. That was my prayers. So I left Zaria, then I had to face Ibadan again. When I went there, I grew up in Ibadan, so the faces were familiar. But those people that were always telling me bad things about Ibadan, so they were familiar with the faces, so I knew that it was not about familiarity. So I went there. They didn't even do as if they were familiar. Went straight to the point. So that was it. I really didn't have an experience, serious one with them, because my file had to be transferred from there to Abuja, Nasarawa State, where we had courtship. So when I got to Abuja, that's another one. So the Ibadan one, I really didn't face problem. Okay. So when I got to Abuja, I prayed again, God, use them to direct me, use them to guide me, help them to love me. As they see me, they see the glory of God. As they see me, they fall in love. No devil can use them against me. See, let me tell you something. It is what you confess that comes to fulfillment in your life. What you believe. If you believe it's going to be difficult for you, it's going to be difficult. If you believe that the devil is going to use the marriage committee against you, he will use them against you. That was exactly what would have happened to Hannah. This lady was praying, pouring her heart out to God, saying, this is my heart desire, this is my heart cry. And the prophet, hey, I'm not talking about just the prophet, the priest of the land, came and brought an accusation. Hey, just like anybody could, the devil could use anyone. Do you understand? So I knew that story very well. I know anyone, if I want to see, the enemy is going to use, is about using this person. If somebody is talking in a particular way that is not really right, I knew that the devil wants to. See, marriage is a battle. To get it right, to finally settle down and get married to the person that God wants for you, you must win a battle. The devil wants to stop you, and he will use almost everybody, your parents, he might use the church, he might use marriage committee. I know I have a sister. She said, I asked her one of these days, I said, this brother that you've been going to the marriage committee for, this brother proposed to you. Why did you say no? He said, see, I said, how did you know he is not the one? Because before you can actually tell a brother off, you must be able to have a reason, right? She said, well, even if it is God's will. So she heard God, but she wanted to go against him. Do you understand? So one of these days, I heard that same man that God used to lead me, to guide me when I was in Zaria. I heard him telling her that, hey, are you sure? Go and pray again. And she was arguing, I have prayed enough. Because the day she was talking to me about that brother, I had the peace and the conviction within me that that was the brother. But she had some high expectations, you get. Just like so many people today. So she told the brother no. So God was leading, using the MC, the marriage committee, to tell her that, no, it's not the right thing, but she saw it as a problem from them. So sometimes God might be using them to lead you, and sometimes the devil might be using them to fight that glorious stuff that you have about to enter into, and that is why you have to pray. Can you imagine a woman that is in the marriage committee that likes me now? Let's assume the person likes me for her son, and then you, a brother, you're coming and saying that you want to come. Don't you know that if you take the Spirit of God a spirit of God for her to not go against you. So that's why one has to really pray. Father, say, go with me. Shut the mouth of the lion. Let your will be done. No one goes against me. You dress decently. So you don't want to dress anyhow and then you say, they told me that I should go and remove I should go and dress well. And they told me that, no, you should dress well when you're going to any place, church, everywhere. You should be dressing decently, right? And so if they ask you to go there, they are directing you in a very right way. You get? So, so I got to that Nasarawa Abuja, and I didn't really know people there. Their faces were so new to me. But when I got there, even though some of them wanted to, so this one, but I was always smiling with them. I was always, praying within me as I'm even seated. If I say, okay, ma, this is my suggestion, I brought suggestions, and they accepted the suggestion. Sometimes, let's assume my husband and I had been discussing something, and I feel that we've not agreed on that particular plan. I will pray. I say, God, we are going to the marriage committee, and they will ask us about this thing. Lord, favor me because I don't know, because just use them to agree with what I'm saying. I know that could maybe sound selfish, but I did that. And when I went there, I'm like, let's start do it now. No, let's start do. They were ones that were really coming for me, hey, this one, it was amazing. They were like another family. They were even in fact, they were joking. They were so joking with me. God used them. They even walked outside of their normal schedule of Sundays. They would ask me to come and get the file, this one, because we had to transfer from there again back to Ibadan to get married. So it wasn't easy like that. So God used them. God used them very, very well for me. So instead of them being against me, God used them for me. So and I might not be able to tell you more much stories. Maybe in the aspect of clothes that you wear. Of course, they told us about the clothes they want us to wear and how decent it should be. All these things are just for one day. And they didn't really complain. For my own clothes, I had a complaint that it was too the wedding gown was too bogus, so it had to be reduced. I didn't have any issue with that. That was a very simple thing to do. So, but I'm just telling you that don't believe negative things when people tell you. Not even about marriage commitment now. If, for example, somebody has told you, I think that is one peculiar thing about me. When I was in the university, if people tell me that that lecturer is a bad one, that lecturer is so tough, that lecturer you can never have hair in his course, that lecturer is this one, that is eventually going to be my best lecturer. I'm telling you. Not I'll work it out though. No. But there would be a prayer that I would have done that God, they said this man is hard. You never you never have hair in his course and stuff. I want it to change my own situation. I want him to like me. I want to pass very extensively. I want to have that A that they said. And I'm telling you that every of those prayer points will come to pass. Every time. Lizzie. That would be for that particular lecturer that people have probably complained about. So, don't take people's word for it. Go there. So you know you've heard a lot. So when you go there is a tendency for you to go there in a rebellious way. Take it away. Go there mommy. Joke with them. They're human beings. They're like your parents. Say, mommy, you are our parents now. This one. Pray before you go there and ask the Lord to use them to lead you. That was why they have been placed there. You might be making a very sincere mistake, and God can use them to correct you. So, I personally do not know the experience you've had with the marriage committee, but no matter what experience it is, I must tell the upcoming ones, the people that are facing the marriage committee right now and all that, no matter how hard Pharaoh is, You can stand before him, shoulder high, and you won't even to stand before him rebelliously. He will become a servant to you. Like God will use him. God will make him to work in your own favor. Do you understand? So please, next time, don't believe whatever anybody says. Even if that was their experience. Tell yourself, I will not experience that thing that you experienced. My own case is different. I am going to be favored. My husband is going to be favored. My wife is going to be favored. My child is going to be favored. The day I'm supposed to face marriage committee, the person the devil wants to use against me will not be around. You understand? So I guess that's just a little gist. I really do not want to go into details. Look at whatever experience people have talked about. Usually, they are always carnal. They are not things that are really serious things. They are usually like they're not really good, simple, like I don't know. Your own experience might be different, actually. So that is just it. But no matter what it is, no matter how hard someone is, as long as that person is a man of God, a woman of God, there is this respect, this regard that we should give such. Don't go to the marriage committee with a heart that wants to fight, because if you go there with fight, you're going to meet fight. Those people might not even understand the reason why they are so irritated anytime you are coming. They won't even know. Just like Eli. Because Anna was a very wonderful woman. She calmed down. If it was in this generation, a priest tell me I'm drunk. Do you know the sorrow that I'm having right now? Are you like very okay, sir? Hey Joe, sir, please don't try that with me, sir. You can try that with your children. Hopefully, see them now. Can't you see them that they are good examples? You're coming to me telling me, am I like your sons? That's how generations of these days will talk. But she explained. And that explanation brought blessings upon her. With the same man that allegedly brought an allegation, he was the one that eventually blessed her. So don't go with a fighting spirit, except you are ready to fight. You go with a fighting spirit, you will be fought very well. The principality and power that will stand before you as you are behind you as you are before them, who must stand tall. Who must stand tall. There is that meeting with gates and different issues on the way. So I believe that this is not only my church that has a set down committee for marriage. There are other very good churches too that have very good marriage committee. As long as you want to get married in their church, you should also have the mind to follow their rules and regulation. Forget about God does not lead us with rules. Now you sabi. If we are going to get married, then most of these rules are for our good. Not for our good though. So I think that is just all that I have to say. I hope you have been able to get one, even if it is just one thing. Don't harden your heart against correction or against people who you have not even known. You don't even know them, just from people's experiences. Now, we all have different battles we are fighting. We all have different lives we are living. So you can't judge somebody's life with yours. Me, I love the marriage committee so much. I was blessed by them. Why? Because God used them to lead me. I would even tell God as I'm going, let there be a confirmation. I don't know. I would just look into the face of somebody and then read some things. Yeah, by God's grace. That's why you should go with the Spirit of God. If you don't have the Spirit of God, why are you getting married? If you don't have the power of God, why are you getting married? What is going to sustain you when you get married? If you're carnal, you shouldn't get married in the church. If you're not born again, you shouldn't get married in the church. I'm telling you, it's a holy matrimony. But if you're born again, and all these things, you trust the Lord and all. Why? No. Why? You can actually all this stuff. You have filled with the Spirit of God. You use the Spirit of God to control the atmosphere. Immediately they see you like this, they see the light and the glory of God in you. You understand? Even if there's anyone in the church that is possessed that wants to come against you, and the person is in high authority, the way God will handle the person, you'll be so surprised. Okay, so I guess this is where I'm going to be running off. I'm done with my food, and I'm full. Actually, I'm very, very full. So, how many of you got this soup correctly? This soup. I know you might think it's egusi. Don't delete your comment though. You said egusi. Don't delete it. Leave it there. This is actually not egusi. This is soy egusi. I don't know how to pronounce it. It is made from soya beans. So I don't have access to egusi here. I've never seen egusi here, so I don't know what to do. So I have to make some researches to know what I can actually take that would look at least similar to egusi. So soya beans and almond were some of the suggestions I found. So if you are in a place where you really can't have access to egusi, you can try what I've just tried. I loved it so much. Like, I enjoyed myself. Very, very well with it. Soya beans is a very rich source of protein, and it has so many wonderful nutrients I can't start talking about. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I don't take fish. I don't, except that fish is dry. But look at it, I'm chewing fish now. It is the Lord's doing. Because the fish, there's no mackerel. And the sardine I'm not familiar with it, so I can't eat it like ice fish, like just cut it and put inside stew or fry. So I have to put it in the oven to become dry fish. I'll show you the dry fish. So I was able to eat it, so I'm really, really very grateful to God that it made it possible for me to be able to have this kind of food in a place where I never imagined I was going to have it. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Like, I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. Please let me know in the comment section what you've learned. Let me know if you do not agree with me. If you know what I went through. Well, let me know in the comment section. I would really actually love to hear from you as well. But I still maintain my stance that with God, nobody can be against you, except it's not God's will. That's when it will be difficult. If it is not God's will, it will be difficult. It might be difficult, and it might be God that is trying to stop you, but because you are like Balaam. Hey, this donkey, move! You can't see that the donkey is trying to protect you, both you and himself, from facing the wrath of God. You want to force yourself into what is not supposed to be. So commit your ways into the hands of God. Put your trust in Him, and He will bring you to pass. So till the next time, I'll be coming your way with another kind of gist or a mukbang. I don't know if I'm going to be doing mukbang, and I'm not sure if this will come out well. But it's in God's hands anyway. And the major lesson I wanted to pass across, I hope I have been able to do that. So next time when we'll have something very, very wonderful thing on the channel again, I remain yours faithfully, Lizzie Oyebola Yakubu, Mrs. Yaks, saying stay safe, stay godly, and stay amazing. Bye.